On Monday, Baghdad's official press repeated demands that the UN promise to lift its oil embargo against the country. Iraq is refusing to hand over data on its past germ warfare activities until the UN agrees and ceases its probe into Iraqi arms activities. There's no indication the UN is going to concede, but it is clear the ongoing sanctions are taking their toll, as Iraqi TV reports.
To most Iraqis, getting their daily supply of bread is no longer going to the local grocery store or to the bakery shop anymore. This has become a privilege that can only be afforded by a few. Instead, the Iraqi citizens and those living in Iraq are entitled to a monthly ration of 6 kilograms of flour each. It is part of the government-sponsored food rationing distribution system, now in its 5th year. The flour is made from a mixture of wheat and barley, with the latter sometimes making up over 50%, depending on the harvest. It contains about 50% of fiber and impurities, a much higher rate than permissible by the health authorities, but which cannot be avoided because grain is in short supply and flour mills are not designed for this kind of mixture. The average Iraqi family is now forced into making its own bread at home, a process which takes an average of 2 to 3 hours a day. Most use this locally made gas-fired oven, which is both a health and a fire hazard, but nonetheless, the most economical way to make bread, the #1 priority for the hard-hit families. The 6 kilograms of flour, which used to be 8 a few months ago, is hardly enough for 2 weeks, let alone 1 month. The ration is normally supplemented by a portion obtained at skyrocketing prices at the local market. Most of the flour sold at the market is either brought in black plastic bags from travelers coming from Jordan or by Turkish truck drivers. Those who can still afford the luxury of not making their own bread trade in their flour ration for 10 small pieces of white bread per 1 kilogram. This is done at the local bakery. This is equivalent to 60 pieces of bread a month or 2 a day. Not much by any standard. It used to be fun to make bread at home, but now with the sanctions still in force, it's probably more fun to go to the local bakery for a white piece of bread. For the CNN World Report, this is Al-Mukhtar from Iraq Television.